Usually like to take the lower teams to kind of show guys that it's possible to win with your favorite teams no matter where you're from, or in case you're on like a Madden bus or anything, any type of competition where you don't really have a choice of what team you have to use. But I took this doing this one for my guy King Gamer. Now if you guys didn't notice what I just did, I just took Harrison and put him at the end. Uh, and he is 99 at the end, and he's like 94. I know I did that kind of quick, but take a look at that. He's 99 at the end and 94 at the linebacker. But they had a backup linebacker or a middle linebacker to where if you put him at the outside linebacker, he's 90. So you're only losing 4 points at the outside backer. I think his name was Timmons, and you're gaining like 7 points at the end. And I put I think his name is Aaron Smith at the tackle, and so it makes it for a better thing. Now, what I've noticed about the Steelers is that they have a very solid defensive line, very solid linebacking core, very solid safety play, and a little bit above average corner play. So here we go, guys. Welcome to Maddenedge.com. And there I put second string running back in at the fullback so I can have more offense. I'm running sort of the advanced part of my playbook. So if you want to know more about what I'm doing, why the plays are working, I have to tell you, you have to check out my Cleveland videos and my Raiders videos at Maddenedge.com. It'll explain to you, and then from there you can advance. So I have my tight end as the square receiver as the number one, and I have Ward in the slot. Forgive me, I don't really know the Steelers roster. They do have a speedy number 2 receiver, but I decided to take him out. And if you wanted to switch it up at times, you could just switch him with Ward if you were going to run the Madden Edge scheme. Run the West Coast offense, far twins formation exclusively. It kind of frustrates people because they think they know what I'm going to do, and I can do so much out of this formation. Like there, I shorten out Ward's route. And here, the West Coast offense is designed for people who do not have an offensive line. The Steelers have a decent offensive line, though. I did have to switch the right guard with the left guard because the left guard does a lot of pulling in my offense, and his speed was 40-something, so that's another offensive adjustment that I made here. And this video is just going to be for defense. Any of you guys who watch me, I mean, you'll know if you have a quarterback. Now, this is something you should know if you're going to run the Maddenedge scheme with the Steelers. This running back here does not have super speed. So what you want to do is you kind of want to make sure that there's some contact with your blockers and the defenders, and you want to start out wide, but I think you want to cut it in some, and that way you can guarantee yourself a 3 or 4 yard gain. Rather than trying to get straight out wide like you would with a McFadden or a CJ Spiller or a Job at Best or somebody whose speed is up in the 95 range. I'm just trying to see what I can get out of the toss here. As you can see, Roethlisberger's accuracy is just great, so you're going to be completing these all day. And here I decide, I think this is no. Short throw to the left. And he's knocked out at the 45. Yeah, that sets it up now for third down. We always talk about 3rd and 8. But if you have good second down plays, it gives you a chance to get into some blitz packages now on 3rd down. And I think I'm trying to sneak a toss in here. I don't think he's expecting it. And he's not. And as you can see what I was saying, if I would have tried to run out wide with this, and he has decent speed, I think it's 87. I don't know for sure. I didn't really look. This is my first time playing with the Steelers. I'm not a Steelers fan, so I don't really know much about their lineup. But There is a good example of, you can start it out wide, and he is good enough to where if you have some blockers out there to kind of deflect some contact, to where he can cut it in and kind of shed those few tackles and fall forward for 3 or 4. So that's how I would run the toss with this guy, and that's just easy Ward right there. And that's just the West Coast offense, far twins formation. If you want to know more about why this offense works, check out the Cleveland video and actually all the other videos. I'm kind of progressing through, but you should start with the Cleveland and the Raiders videos. Cleveland first. Let's see. Man, that's a good play. If you want a more of a vertical threat in this offense, you could start the other receiver. I don't know his name. Sorry guys. And then you could substitute Ward in for like 3rd and 5 situations or 3rd and 6. But if you just wanted to be able to hit that corner route or that post route and just have them break away, you could certainly do that with Ben Roethlisberger. His accuracy, it really wouldn't matter. Just depends on what you want. Do you want something for sure, or do you want the possibility of having a big play? Ward's awareness is going to be great, so he's going to be able to find holes inside this offense. And there, see, he thought I was going to run the same route, and I just got up to the line quick, and I knew Ward was going to be going on that corner route, and there you have it. And so that's the kind of stuff you could do with Ward. He's going to be able to find the zones. Roethlisberger's accuracy is great, so that's why I did that. Now, as I was saying, I've never ran with the Steelers, and I did look at the defensive roster before I started, and so I had kind of an idea what I wanted to do, and it was just going to be based on what this guy was going to come out to do. And like I say, the only real thing I see is that the corners, they don't have great speed, but what the corners do have is good awareness. Meaning that if you called a blitz and they got in quick, well, the corners are going to take the right position early on because they know that the blitz is going to be called. So, they're going to be playing the passing lanes early. Now, if you don't get in, then, they're going to get beat, especially if you don't have anybody deep. But what I did here was I think on the first drive, I guarded against the pass on this guy's because that was really the only weakness, and he was able to run on the first drive, and then after that I shut him down once I knew what he wanted to run. And I'll explain why once I knew what he wanted to do, I was able to shut him out. But let's see what I come out in. He's coming out, I think, in too wide. Too wide, I don't trust him. So I just came out in a linebacker contain, which is not a great run stopping D. But have no fear. I think he scores on this drive just running. I think I'm just guarding against the pass, actually, just until I figure him out. I don't want to give up any big plays. And he's going to show me what his true style of play is throughout this drive, and then I'm going to shut him down. Now, yes, and with great teams, that's one of the things too, is they're going to make plays like that. They're going to strip. They're going to fumble. So you're going to get maybe 7 to 10 points off of turnovers if you just have guys in position. Not that I did there, but just saying, just stay patient. Don't turn the ball over yourself, and you're probably going to win. And throughout this video, you will see the benefit of I think I have Harrison at the end. Another linebacker contain. And the receivers on here are Ocho Cinco, Owens, and I don't know their third receiver, but just that alone I know that I'm overmanned at the receiver position because those guys are in the mid to high 80s, and my corners are in the low 80s without the speed to match. This is a defensive end contain. This is designed to stop the outside run, and sure enough, he's going to run inside. So right now, he's going to run right there, and see, there's the void. The next time he gets the ball, though, I shut him out, and then that's going to really show you what to do with the Steelers, because they have such a good defense to where if you call the right play, you have them. And even though the corners are not great lockdown corners, they are good, and more importantly, they're smart. So they're gonna play according to the defense. And as you'll see, everyone's gonna start making plays once I get this figured out after this drive. Right now, this is kind of like a bend but don't break defense. I have people deep, just trying to figure him out, and he's doing a lot of running, a lot of underneath stuff, and that's going to help me for later on. I think I'm going with the inside blitz. Yeah, it was the inside blitz, which is gonna turn out to be a good call later on. Once again, guys, I think this score is going to finish 21-7. Visit the site, check out the sponsors. It helps so that I can keep making these videos for you guys. Solid. Nice D. And here he's going to get in, and then from here he's figured out after he scores here. So he did a lot of running when I was thinking pass, which was kind of not smart on either his part or my part, because why in the world you would try and run on the Steelers defensive line and the Steelers linebacking core is beyond me, but he did, and that just goes to let you know that you have to call the right play. But that's not a, and I should have. I don't know. It's kind of tough with the Bengals because Cedric Benson is doing well now, and they have the receivers. So just on that drive, I took away the wrong thing, and so now I know I'm just going to have to stop the run and also just blitz more aggressively and more decisively, and I'm going to rely on these my corners' awareness to be in the play early, and I'm going to call blitzes or where I can surely get in, and he's locked in. And the zones with the awareness and the overall attributes of the corners and safeties and everywhere, they're going to be in position, as you'll see. And so it's just